So there we go, the first round of the Gallagher Premiership is behind us, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the key players and matchups that you can take away from the weekend for your fantasy team. So there we go, what a fantastic start to the Gallagher Premiership campaign. Unfortunately for the Rugby magazine, a remarkably inauspicious one. I can only apologise for the problems that we had on Friday night. There was a bug in the code, and as more and more numbers came on, it was amplified and ultimately caused the service to go down when they did, with such a short space of time remaining between then and the beginning of the season. Obviously that's one of the reasons that we've got rolling game weeks in. Everything was set up after Friday night, fixed and in place for Saturday morning to be able to pick for the remaining 4 fixtures over the course of the weekend, and you'd only miss 2, so there is obviously not a dead cut-off line that if you didn't hit it you don't get the points, and hopefully with unlimited transfers for round 2 everybody's back on track, sorted, and we can get flying through this season and do well. So as I say, in this video I'm going to take a look at the fixtures that we had over the weekend, review the fixtures, review the key players, take a look at how my predictions, how Henry's predictions panned out over the course of the weekend, and then go through who the top team were through the weekend, and then the best value pick that you can have for your fantasy squad. So without any further ado, I will kick off with Harlequins versus Exeter. Now Henry had that one down as an Exeter win. I also chose that as an Exeter win, and I think anybody would be hard pressed not to necessarily choose Exeter for that win. Obviously Harlequins shocked Exeter the last time they played there, but Exeter came through with a 33 points to 3 win. So that's 1-1 for Henry and I in that. The key standout players in that one were Sam Simmonds with 63 points, Don Armand with 33 points. It's great to see him back and firing. He was a fantasy stalwart in my team for a number of years, and Scott Baldwin with 31 points. Next up is Sale versus Northampton. That was a 32 point to 23 win for Sale. Henry had that as a Sale win, and I chose that one as a Sale win as well, so 2-2 between us there. Key players in that fixture were Dan Dupree. As I joked in my 5-bowl predictions, Sale have worked out that you spell points D-U-P-R-E-E-Z, and Dan came out with 37 points in that game. My value pick from the weekend, heading in from my preview video, was AJ McGinty, and he was the second highest scorer in that game with 33 points. Third highest was Sale hooker Aka van der Merwe with 33 points too. So on to Bath versus Newcastle, and the shock of the weekend. I don't think anybody would necessarily have had Newcastle down as the winner of this game, but they came through 19 points to 12 against Bath at the Rec. Henry had Bath down to win, I had Bath down to win as well, so we both lose out on that one. It remains at 2-2. The key players in that game were obviously 2-try Gary Graham, 49 points, Brett Connon, who is one of the cheaper guys on the game and I expect to have a fantastic season and is well worth having in your team, 33 points, and Greg Peterson with 33 points as well. So on to Leicester versus Gloucester. Now Henry had this one down as a Gloucester win, and I had this one down as a Gloucester win, though I said it was going to be very, very tight in the end. Leicester came out with a 38 point to 15 win in this one. Key players: James Hansen 37 points, Tom Youngs 35 points a day for hookers, and Joe Simpson 29 points. Now Worcester versus London Irish was a tight affair. Henry had this one down as a 21-20 win to London Irish. I disagreed. I said I thought Worcester would win it, but it would be remarkably close. As it was remarkably close, and Worcester won it. So that puts me 3-2 ahead against Henry on the predictions this week. Key players in that game were Ethan Waller with 54 points. Tom Howe with 35 and Francois Hogarth with 33. What a great performance from Ethan Waller with 54 points. He comes very close to Sam Simmonds for top player of the week on 63. Finally, the game on Sunday, Wasps versus Bristol, 23 points to 20 to Wasps. Henry had that one down as a Wasps win. I also had that one down as a Wasps win, though it was remarkably close and went into the final minutes. That puts me 4-3 up then for predictions through this week. Key players: Brian Byrne 48 points, Jack Willis back from England duty 38 points, and our fantasy stalwart and value pick most of the time, Chris Fury with 32. So I touched upon who the key player was through the weekend there. It was, of course, Samuel David Simmonds with 63 points, and he was also the most captained player through the weekend, which is slightly annoying because I didn't have him as my captain. I banked on Hoagie getting a load of points, and Sam Simmonds ran wild. So well done to everybody, which was most of you, who captained Sam Simmonds this weekend. Plenty of smiling faces. And so on to Team of the Week, my team with the most fantasy points. And this week that is Worcester Warriors, who came out with 417 points and topped the pile for fantasy performance with their win over London Irish. So finally, my top value player who delivers the most points per pound of value. And that, of course, this weekend was Newcastle's Brett Connon, who had a great performance at the Reg. Now let me know if there is anything that you'd like me to add to these videos. I obviously want them to evolve over time and to be able to deliver as much information to you as possible to help you with your fantasy team. So pop them down in the comments below and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in next week's show or anything as we go forward. Otherwise, hit that like and subscribe button, follow us on your favourite social media channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which is more than likely going to be a preview of Game Week 2 of the Gallagher Premiership season.